right.
Go to your papa first.
Cool.
She's like, I'm
So, everyone, close your eyes and take a deep breath. Feel pretty relaxed? Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Now, with your eyes closed, picture your dream spot, whether it's the beach, the mountains, maybe a lake. Now, think of how you would travel to that location. Does that stress you out a little bit? Me too. All right, so let's talk about travel. Open your eyes. Okay, so today we're going to be covering 3 of the most popular modes of transportation and how safe they are in order, from, of course, safest to least. Everyone travels, whether it's for leisure or vacation, work or family. Understanding the statistical data of how safe these individual means of traveling are can help you make an educated decision about your family's safety. The 3 modes that we're going to talk about today are ones that I have personally taken. I have taken several road trips across the states. I flew from Colorado to Florida and Colorado to Oregon, and most recently took a short but enjoyable ride on the very real Hogwarts Express in Orlando, Florida. Okay, so now that we know the main purpose of our presentation, we're going to talk about first flying, and flying is the safest way to travel. According to time.com, studies have been done that state that statistically there are 0.07 deaths per 1 billion passenger miles flown. In 2017, it was the safest year this far for passenger planes. There was an article published by Reuters that quoted that there were no commercial passenger jet fatalities in 2017, which is pretty huge. A company called 270, which is a Dutch aviation firm, estimates that for large commercial flights, the likelihood of a crash is 1 per every 16 million flights. Pretty impressive numbers. All right. So I know what most of you are probably thinking, because I thought it while I was traveling, how in the world can this be the safest way to travel? When the airplane's going off and it feels like it's going to explode, it doesn't feel very safe. So the next one on the list is trains. All right, so trains, according to the Bureau of Transportation Statistics in the United States, trains had 2 categories reviewed for 2016. Fatalities per 100 million passenger train miles scored at 1.8, and injuries per 100 million passenger train miles scored at 1,429.4. So most people have a misconception that trains are dangerous because typically, like airplane crashes, they get a lot more media coverage than your everyday car accident. Those are pretty typical. USA Today researched this and wrote an article in 2016 that actually said that there was a law enacted by Congress that states by 2018, passenger railway cars will have to be equipped with a upgraded type of brakes to make them safer. So those numbers should go down a little bit in the future. So after talking a little bit about trains, we can somewhat conclude and feel good about taking a train, right? It's not too often that you hear about a passenger train crashing. So what's the third and least safe mode out of the 3? Driving. All right, travel via passenger car is the least safe but most popular way to travel. According to the fatalities and fatality rates chart provided by the United States Department of Transportation, 2016 saw 1.8 deaths per 100 million passenger miles driven. That number matches the train data, of course, but this is one of the lowest points that it's ever been. In 2008, the number was at 1.26, and 2007, 1.36 fatalities per 100 million passenger miles driven. If you think about how many people are driving on the road, that's actually a really scary number, and it doesn't seem very low at all. Fortune magazine published an article July 2017 that included a different view of passenger car travel. It stated that data from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration showed that in 2015, there were 32,166 fatal motor vehicle accidents that led to just over 35,000 deaths. That comes out to be 1.13 fatalities per 100 million vehicle miles traveled, and nearly 11 people for every 100,000 U.S. residents. So pretty high number. When reviewing that information, it makes it easier to paint a picture of how dangerous your daily drive is and how costly it would be to be driving a car instead of taking a plane or a train. All right, so today we reviewed the 3 modes of transportation used in travel. In order from safest to least safe, we had flying, train rides, and driving. After understanding the research and data presented, I hope that this information helps you make the best decision for you and your family next time you need to take a trip. You are one step closer to being a travel expert. And here we have our sources cited. Okay.